going to be making a series of landscape soaps, and these are going to be framed, but I need to do the landscape part first. I'm going to have a little bit of back and forth between them, but I'm going to try to keep them as separate as possible. For the first one, I'm going to do kind of a night scene, so to speak. So I'm going to have 5 different layers of some landscape, starting with white and then going into a darker blue as it goes back. And in the sky, I'm going to have some extruded stars and a moon, and then I'm hopefully going to be doing a little bit of a one-pot wonder, going from a dark purple to a dark blue to a black. That is my goal. The fragrances I'm going to be using for this one is, I have English Ivy from Stock Fragrance, and then I also have a little bit of Birchwood. This is not a little bit, but I'm going to use a little bit Birchwood Ode from Bramble Berry. And this one does cause a little bit of ricing. This is a sample tester. You can see a little bit of texture in there, but I think that's going to be okay with it. When I tested this, it blended out pretty well and it stayed fairly fluid. So I'm going to use that for the different layers. And then with the sky, because that's not going to work very well with that, I'm going to do some of the Birchwood Ode with the sky, and this behaves very, very well. There is no discoloration. It does have a very light fragrance, so I think that's going to blend together really well. I have my extruder disc, so I need to go ahead and make my moon and my stars, and we'll come back when it's time to make the soap. Wanted to clarify something really quick. So with these, since I did not do a full loaf on each one, you can see this one's quite a bit narrower than some of those. Typically my bar is a good square. You know, this mold is a square, this one's going to be rectangle, this one's going to be a circle. So I am going to have to shave off the sides and cut off some of those parts. And like I said, I'll put that in with the confetti. Like this one is a pretty good rectangle, so that's going to go, that would be a good shape for this one, but the top is a bit bumpy, so I'll have to shave off the top of there and then cut off the sides for the square mold. So they're going to have different size frames, different widths, and kind of different looks. But just so you know, like when I come back for those next pours, I'll have different shapes that will fill in for those different soap designs. Usually don't get to see this side of the soap lab. Well, procrastination is the name of the game with this design, but I finally got this part done 2 weeks later. It'll still probably take me about a week to get all 4 of the batches done. Actually, it's going to be 12 different designs. So I've got my circles here for my round molds. These are all the scraps that are left over. I have my my landscape design ones, and then I have my vertical mold there, and those will go in there. So I'm going to do each, and there is all my math. My teenage daughter had to double check it to make sure that I had everything correct on my mathing. Anyway, I am ready to go. I'm going to do each batch individually, and I will record that part of it.